Hey guys, so we are doing the next page in our Gravity Falls book today, which is the Island Headbeast. So to be honest with you, I don't think my original, like obviously you can go back and look at the videos. I'll see if I can do a link up the top. I don't think my original Island Beast head was that good. I just don't, if I'm honest. Like I've seen other people's and I think for me it was one of the harder ones for me to draw, and I fully admit that. But we are going to do it nonetheless today. So get me took ready. My usual tuck. So I think I'm going to start on the right hand page. To be honest, I think it's just preference more than anything. I'm just going to bring up the page on, we'll turn my mobile on silent because otherwise you know it's like it kind of goes off 10 to a dozen. And I'm just going to bring the page up on my phone. Gravity Falls. I don't want to put the Island Headbeast page. It's just because I want to make sure, because obviously there are specific colours, certain bits are red and certain bits aren't. So I just like to have it up on my phone just as for colour definition more than anything. I have a printout of the picture to the left of me. I've got my information to the right of me that I sat and did while I was at work. So let's get my sharpener. So if you guys are making this book, my sharpener's not good. I think I've just killed it over the years. Yeah, if you guys are making the book at home, please do let me know. I'd like to know how you're going with yours. That'd be awesome. So we're starting on the right hand page. So we are going to, so first of all you have like a little upside down triangle with a dot in it in the middle, and then kind of next to that you've got a circle, and then like almost like an arrow, like so. I am going to leave my ruler in this one, aren't I? Finding the damn thing. I know it's somewhere. I'd like to come out in a different thing. Where have I put my ruler? There we go. Found it. Right, so this. So what we're going to do is I'm going to just do, you kind of got those like squares down the side, you know, you've seen them on the top of the pages and the side of the pages and whatnot. So we're just going to do those quickly because that will just also give you an idea where things should kind of be, but also it's better to do it now. So that is those. Now what we need to do is I need to actually I'm going to quickly just alter the position of those. Because I just need to alter the position quickly. You actually have two up there, don't you? And then these ones there. Well, okay, so they need to be smaller as well, slightly. Like so. It's better. And then from here we can basically just draw the other side. Definitely do all this kind of in pencil. As you've seen, it's very easy to make Mistakes, everyone does them, but at least that way you can rub it out. And you can always go over things in pen afterwards. There's some things I do straight in pen, and then there's other things that are just easier to do in pencil, and then once you're happy in pen. So that's those. And then inside, some of them have like little lines. So that one's in the middle. That one's in the middle. 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 And then you've got one there, two there, and two there. Then you have one in the middle, one closer to the left end, one in the middle, and one with nothing in. I don't think that's straight enough, to be honest. I think I kind of mucked the line up. Oh. I don't know if the camera moved then slightly. Apologies if it did. It sounded like it did. Right, so that is those across that side of the page, which really helps. What I'm going to do now is just quickly, there is, actually, there is a little square on the bottom of this page. Like so. Oh, I don't need that. I use this, in case you haven't seen, just to lean so my hand is on the same level as the book, because otherwise you're kind of like upwards and it kind of hurts your hand a bit. So in case you're wondering what I'm doing, there's two little circles there. And they're joined with the lines. And then over this side, I like to kind of draw the circles first so I know where the line's going to. But you don't have to. If you want to draw the circles afterwards, it's up to you. So there is that, which is good. Right, so the next thing we have to do is we're going to get our sharpener, and if you've watched the videos, we do this a lot. We draw around our sharpener for the circle stamp shape, just because it makes our lives a lot easier. So you draw around your sharpener, because we need to do a stamp about there. So I kind of say it's in the middle, like kind of in the middle of the page, to the left hand side. So once you've done that, you need to draw another circle inside it, kind of like a border, like so. And then it's kind of like the wiggly W. That's what it looks like to me. It's like a wiggly W with an extra wiggle, like so. And it's got like a curled end like that, and then two dots like so. I'm gonna fidget. If you've watched these videos a lot, you know that I am a fidget bum. Always have been, always will be. Right, so just like our basic layout, so now we know I'm on like the squeaky chair as well, which is like awful. Apologies. But yeah, so this is the main layout of this page. So on the bottom here, I'm quickly just going to do a 3, a 1, and then 8 in the middle of those. And then we're going to get down to the drawing side. I kind of, these bits for me just give me more of a guideline where things should be, because otherwise you kind of get waylaid, or you get overzealous and you're like, oh, I'm going to draw this, and you draw something and then you realise you've drawn it this big and it should be this big and this should be there. So first thing, trying to see what's best. to also look at. Let's have a look. Oh, I can zoom in on that. We will zoom in. Right, so I think I'm gonna fidget. Oh, I apologise for fidgeting again. Oof, there we go. We are going to do this. You've kind of got like a landscape scene up the top here. So first of all, you've kind of got a silhouette. So I am going to first of all grab this, my ruler, my trusty ruler, and I'm just going to draw. Just about there, doesn't it? Yeah. I'm going to draw my silhouette line. So that's where my silhouette's going to go up to. It's going to start quite close to the top, to be honest, and kind of go down to the line. So this silhouette is when it's like just black on white, and this one is just like trees pretty much. So I think the best way to do it is I'm going to draw just like some trees. So I'm just basically drawing some kind of trees. I'm not really worried about the bottom part of it because you're not going to see the bottom part because it's going to be like covered in. So I'm just drawing some trees, and then we're going to just do that. I'm just doing it very lightly as well because then I said if I'm not happy with the way it looks, then I will just rub it out and we can see if we can redo it, etc. So the actual drawing does have like a dip over here, so I've done a bit of a dip, and then it kind of goes down over here, and there's like a long, like kind of like a long tree. So we'll do like that, and then you've got like a couple of little small peaks, I guess, from the background, and you'll see this a lot more when I actually do shade it in. I said I'm just literally at the moment trying to get the shape of the silhouette. And I know if you can kind of see it a little bit, you can see that I'm doing lines that you're not going to see, but I said I'm just kind of doing them to build up the texture so I can see where like these lines go. Rub that out. So I'm quite happy with that, so I'm just going to quickly shade this in so that you guys can see it. What I am going to do though is this bit kind of needs those 4 little lumps to be on their own. Like so. And you could go over this in pen if you wanted to. I don't think I am going to, but that is my preference. Like, my personal preference is completely different to yours. You might want to go over more things in pen than what I do. I just personally prefer like pencil drawings in a sense, so I do leave a lot of things pencil drawn. But as I said, that's just my preference, so So at least you should be able to start seeing it now. Right, so I'm just going to sort that little line out. Right, so that is my silhouette. I don't think that's too bad. So that's my little silhouette, as you can see up the top. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to quickly make this line less straight. I've just gone over it so you can just see. So it's not, sugar, sorry. So it's not as straight anymore, just because it's supposed to be against water, so it wouldn't be dead straight. So the next thing, I'm just trying to work out my space. So first of all then, you've got a couple of rocks over to the right hand side. So we're going to do these rocks. So I'm going to start off with the one in front first of all, so that when I do draw it, it looks, because you want it to obviously look like there's another one at the back. It just makes it easier to draw. So these are the rocks. And then the rocks kind of have like these little lines on them. I guess they're supposed to be like watermarks, or maybe where the sea's been rubbing against them. You have these kind of lines. You have another rock, which is a bigger rock, actually in front of these rocks, like so. And again, this has kind of like the lines on it as well. Then I think the best thing to do next is, there's kind of like some rocks over here. So you've got to do like a river kind of going to those rocks. So we are going to draw the rocks over here first, so that we know we've got it in the right place. So over here you've got one big rock. And you've got like a smaller rock attached like behind that rock. And a rock in front. I'm going to do these two little lines over here. Yeah, see what I'm actually going to do quickly is just rub this out. So I think normally we do it that size, but I feel like it's a little bit smaller this time. So I'm actually going to rub that out for the moment. Apologies if you've already drawn that. I just feel like it needs to be a different place. That's why I always work in pencil. Right, so on top here then you've got, obviously, I can't remember what they're called. I know what they're called as well. They're like little long brown things that are by the water, like on sticks. I can't think what they're called. Reeds or something. So you've got some of those. And just some grass as well, which was awesome. And then right, so then obviously you've got this. So that's the little kind of river that you've got flowing there, which is kind of cute. So once you've done that, over here you just want to do maybe a few little tufts of like grass kind of thing. And then, so this bit here is the river. So you just want to do like some little, I'm doing this very lightly because that's what I feel like it should be like. So just some little ripples in the water. I will do a close-up of this because some of the bits I've done are quite light. So over here, you want to do a couple of really small little stones. Then you look like you've got a couple of little flicks, probably it's supposed to be marks in the dirt. You've also got right, so I'm gonna quickly, you've got like another stone, like it's like more of a flat pointy stone. Like so. And this, but I think this is meant to be kind of like, if it's almost like marshy, boggy land. So this is meant to be like a bit of marsh. So a bit of like boggy kind of mud that's growing a bit of grass kind of thing. So it's kind of like that. And then it's got like little tufts of grass on it. Like so. And then just under that you've got there's a couple of little pebbles that look like on the beach, a couple of little lines, and then like a bush. So we're going to draw our bush. So that is our top lake there, which I'm happy with. I'm quite happy with the way it's turned out. So I have left this bit here clear now, and that's because there's kind of like, I believe it's like either seaweed or basically just part of the culture there. So yeah, we need to draw that. So first thing I'm going to do is just minimise that a little bit. Yeah, so it does go right from the bottom pretty much to the top. So we are going to put this, you got to leave a gap around here because that's where that kind of stamp's going to go. So I'm just going to draw the line first of all so I can then arrange where the stamp's going to go. So that's my first line. So there's a couple of lines coming off of this. So I'm just going to make this a bit darker. And then from this bit, there's another line coming. All right. So this line comes off like so. And goes up. No, it doesn't. No, I'm looking at the wrong bit. Right, so this line does come off here, but it kind of comes out only a small amount there, like so. And then you've got two lines, and one kind of starts from here and goes up, and the other one starts from about there and goes up as well. So what we are gonna do, so I'm gonna do this bit first. There's like another one here, it's very small, but we're gonna do that in a moment. So I'm just gonna get my pencil, and all I'm literally gonna do is, it's like, I can't describe it. I used to play with this stuff when I was a kid, and it's on like on a stick, and you used to be able to kind of push your fingers against the grain of it and go like that, and all like if it was dry, all like I guess the like leaves, like pine needles would like come off. So that's what this is. It's kind of like pine needles. So basically we're going to start from here, and there's only like a few little wispy ones on this bottom bit here. Like so. So really very few. And then I'm going to go up on this one here. So let's have a look. I'm going to put that there. Help focus the camera, because the camera's being a pain in the bum. Right, so yes. So you've got some on the left hand side here, but not necessarily the right hand side. And these are they've got gaps between them. So then that goes there. And then there's like a little gap, and then you've got some more here. And then when you come to this end here, they're on both sides. Like so. Then we are going to do this bit here. So you have them on both sides, but I don't think fully, no. So you've got two there, and these ones are quite very faded. Then you've got them kind of going up the middle. Going up like that. And then we've got to do them up here. So these ones are pretty much filled. So I'm gonna I think this bit's quite easy. Because I don't think there's any like perfect way you can do it. I think, you know, as long as you do the little lines, I think it'll look pretty good. So. So that is our kind of like pine needle looking ones. Then we do have some more here. So it's kind of like weed, I guess. So this one is more 3D. So it kind of looks like it's, I guess, in the ground a little bit. So we're going to do that. So it only goes up to about there, and I said it is kind of like 3D-esque. Like so. And then it's kind of got like more rounded leaves on it. So it kind of looks like all just one of those like water algae kind of plants. I'm not happy with how many I did over this side. I think I did a bit over the top. And the kind of shape of them. I'm being fussy today. So that is our little algae kind of plant. So it looks kind of cute, but that's what they look like. And then what we need to do is, I'm just going to turn this light on because it's getting a bit darker now. So what we need to do now is over in this corner here. So see, I said it's just very small this time, but we need to do the stamp again. So if we draw, I'm just going to draw a circle by freehand. If not, you can just draw around something else. It's just I haven't got anything this small that I can actually draw around. So I might as well just do it freehand. So you've got a circle inside a circle, and then we've got the wiggly W with an extra wiggle. And the 2 dots. So that is that there. So the first thing I'm going to do quickly is I'm going to write something there, and then just like normal, I will tell you what I am writing. I am using my normal black fine line pen. So I'm going to squiggle these things down. So this bit here reads, "There is no other place I would rather be than the Gravity Falls Lake. It reminds me of my childhood." So the next thing we have got to do is like some black coding here. So I'm going to do it in pencil first, and then I'm going to go over it in my black felt tip pen. I just want to do it in pencil first. I just think it'd be best idea. So there's like 2 lines of this, so let's have a look. It's 4 lines. Oh, my eyes were going funny then. I'm like, is there 4 or is there 5? So these kind of normally like merge in with each other as well, to be honest with you. There's kind of normally like a little pattern to them. So that is that, and I'm going to just take my normal black felt tip pen, just bog standard cheap felt tip pen. Just going to go over them quickly. I actually have this out as well. I'm quickly just going to go over these two little ones here. Like so. I've just got these little bits to go over. So that is the mitts done nicely. I'm going to put that away quickly. So the next thing we are actually going to do is I'm going to grab this for something for my hand to lean on. Lean up here so I'm not leaning on it. And we need to draw our boat because there's like a yacht kind of sailing boat on here. So I'm going to get this picture up again quickly because I want to see what this looks like properly. So it's really a basic, standard looking kind of yacht boat. It is a bit 3D looking at the design, but we're going to draw it quickly. So first of all, I'm going to start about here and go up to about there. That's like the point of the boat. So that's what we're the front of the boat. So I'm just going to draw the front kind of there, and then this bit's kind of submerged in the water. So there's a couple of lines on the boat that you can see that I've done. You've also got, you don't have to do this bit right now, I'm just kind of the way I do it. You've got kind of a shadow of the boat there. So that's our boat. And now the next thing, which I found best to do, is I'm going to just draw, you've kind of got the sails, and you've got one big sail and then one little sail. So it kind of goes up and it kind of goes off at an angle, if you can see that. So then from there, I'm just going to bring it down. Like so. And then from here there's like another sail, sorry, but it just comes out a little bit and you can see the top bit there, and then it just kind of curls round. Like so. Oh, got an itch. And then I'm just gonna do this, which just kind of makes it feel a bit more 3D. Like so. And then the sails do kind of have like a little stripy pattern. I'm kind of doing it in like an oval kind of shape, like a rounded shape, just to make the sails feel 3D, like more rounded. At the bottom here they kind of go more flat. I think it's because it's getting bigger. And then again you've just got another couple of lines here. I believe that one's actually a bit further up. Like so. And then you've kind of got like the little thing they will have on top of like their yachts and their boats and stuff. So the little, kind of a little flag, just little pin sticking out. So that is our yacht, and it looks super cute. Super cute. So I'm gonna go back to my fine line pen now. I'm gonna write this little bit here. Then I'll tell you what it says. Double check something. Oh, I've got an itchy eye. Excuse me. Right. Right, so this bit here reads, going fishing on a sailing yacht was not advised because you could get your fishing rod hooked in the beast's mouth underneath, waking it up. Oh, and it could sink your ship, ... Then it says battleship. And then this bit here reads, these weeds are most commonly found round the bay. So first of all, what I'm quickly going to do is get my ruler and get my fine line red pen. Let me just double check something, because for some reason, oh, I did get a message. So I'm just going to get my red pen. I'm just putting that there so I've got something to lean on. So I'm just going to go over these in just a red fine line pen. So I'm just literally going over them, over the pencil lines that I had already done. Like so. Like so. So that gets those gone over in red. They stand out like they're meant to. Then here, our stamp, I'm going to go over in my fine line red pen. That so made me jump. Then I'm going to get my black fine line pen. I'm doing this earlier than I normally do this, so you should actually get in this video a little bit early, which will be good for you. I'm going to go over these at the bottom. Including the 318. So that is everything that needs to be kind of like coloured in on this page. So that is our right hand page of this completely done. So I'm really happy with that. I think that looks really good. I think it looks really good. Blow my trumpet. No, I'm not joking. I think that looks really good. So I'm really happy with that. So we need to do our left hand page now, and this is, if I'm completely honest, the page that I'm kind of dreading, because I don't think my island head beast turned out very well last time, if I'm completely honest. So I'm gonna fidget on the crickety chair. It's fine. And I'm working out where to start. So the first thing I think I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get my ruler and my pencil, and I'm gonna, like we did the squares on this page, I'm gonna do them on this page, just to kind of give me a heads up where they should be. It's my other clock, because Mum can't just have one clock that makes a noise. And you've got one there and one there. Then you've got about one there, a small one, and one there. Then you've got one there, a really little one there, and one there. So I'm just going to turn the page round. Sometimes it's a lot easier to do it this way. See, because I don't think, we'll give it a go. sometimes it is, I know it's a pain in the bum for you guys, easier for me to just quickly change these, like change the book round so I can get the right angle. So that means we've done them, so that kind of helps us with our placement. I will go over those in red later on. So the next thing I'm going to do is just turn the page so it's like this. One so you can see it and it's better for me. So I'm going to write Island Head Monster here. I'm going to do it in pencil first, and then when I'm happy with it, I'll go over it in pen. I'm just going to go over it in a normal black felt tip pen. Because this writing is quite specific, I want to make sure I get it correct. Right, so I'm quite happy with the placement of that now, so I'm going to go over it with my black felt tip pen, and I'm going to make it thicker as I go over it, so it will also look a bit better as well. So that is our heading. That looks quite good. I will rub the pencil line out, so I'm just at the moment gonna leave it because I don't want to smudge anything. Need my pencil. And then over here you've kind of got two triangles within themselves, so I'm going to draw the bottom triangle first of all, like so. With that one there, and then underneath I'm going to get my fine line black pen and we're going to write creature, and this is kind of caps locks-ish, 291 hashtag. And while I've got my fine line out, I am just going to go over these marks. So I'm not going to do any more writing for the moment because I really need to draw, but yeah, I really need to draw the head first of all, like the island, because I'm just going to not have space. I'm going to get overzealous, do the writing, and then have to fit the head, like, it sounds really weird, the head in, and it won't fit if I do that, probably. So I'll try. Excuse me. I'm trying to think of the best way to go about this. So the first thing I'm going to do, I think, is draw the island on the top and then draw the head below. I want to see a good close-up of the island though. So for that we'll go to Mobily. So first of all, I'm just going to do this rough, ignore this because this is just setting where things are going to kind of go, because I just want to like so, and then you've got water and water. Yeah, because that gives me space to draw that there. Yeah, ignore my silly little very thin lines. It's just so I said, so I can like go, right, so that can go there and that can go there. Right, so we're going to draw our island first of all. So first of all, we're going to draw along here. You do 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 do. And then there's kind of like some rocks. Some cute little rocks there. So it's like a very rocky, very tiny kind of island. It's got this like kind of like bare twig, kind of like tree that's coming out of the ground there. Because obviously this is from a distance. I'm just gonna draw, you've got this rock. Over here. And then, so I'm just going to do some of the trees. So again, this is quite silhouette-y, I have to admit. There's like, so about, I'd say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 trees that kind of cover the whole island. So you don't have to go in great detail on all of the trees just because you're not going to see all the trees. So there are a few that I said you can just see where I'm doing the outline, but that's because you see them little bits. Like so. And then you can obviously, what we need to do is we need to do like a floor. This is our basic island. Then, so the next thing we need to kind of do is kind of just draw some, I guess, spindly looking trees. I guess it just creates more texture. So the next thing we're going to do is just like a little rock there, and just do a few little lines and a few little odd rocks. So the next thing we're going to do is just shade, do a little bit of shading along the bottom here. I'm just going to colour these trees in, shade them in like so. So that is our little island, and I wish we could stop there, but we can't. So I'm going to move my page up quickly. So now we have the big giant underneath head that is kind of attached to said island. And I'm kind of like not looking forward to this bit. So first of all, I'm going to do this because you've got kind of got this bit that attaches to the head underneath. And then, so over here, this is where the top of the lake is. And so you've got a few little watermarks. And then this is where the bottom of the lake is, but it kind of goes like this. Like so. And then over here you've got that's the top of the water, obviously. And again, you've got a few little watermarks. And then this rock looks like it actually filters down a bit more, so we're going to just do that. Like so. And then the water kind of goes from there, like so. Little watermark, little watermark. So that is our full island with like water and everything. And now we're gonna just cry. Right, okay. So first of all, it's kind of your basic shape when you're drawing this. I'm trying to make sure, right, it does go right to the bottom, it's fine. So your basic shape, so you kind of like got this lump there, and then this bit is kind of elongated, like so. And pretty much the same on the other side here. Goes in, and then it goes down. Right, so I would say I'm going to do that quickly because now it looks like it's got a butt. No, that's where, like, for instance, if you were a person, the nose line would be. It doesn't necessarily have a nose, but it gives, because this right eye is smaller than the left eye, so it gives you that line. So the eye is just kind of like a socket, and then this eye over here kind of looks like I'm drawing an owl now. Like so. And then it's got this big open gasping kind of mouth, or like screaming kind of mouth at the bottom here. Right, a bit lower down, like so. So that is the basic shape. We're going to finish there. Joking. So there's like a little stone there for starters, and then what we're going to need to do is we're going to have to do loads of cross hatching, I'm afraid, because this whole bit here is pretty much cross hatched. You don't have to worry about if you end up being messy, because I find this page is incredibly messy. I also find that the cross hatching and hatching on this page goes every which direction, so you don't have to like be like, oh, every line must be perfect. Right, so once you've kind of like cross hatching, obviously still a little bit more. So once you've done that, I'm gonna very lightly, not colour it in, but very, very lightly run a shade over it, because it's kind of like, it's almost like it's smudgy. Double check this quick. Right. Right, obviously I've stopped quite dramatically there, but what you need to do is you need to kind of make it look like, kind of like, I guess, it reminds me of roots, like tree roots, or if you've ever grown like cress, like, I guess like I don't know if they still do, we used to grow cress in like cotton wool and like empty eggs that we'd washed out, and when you lifted them up it kind of had that kind of hairy kind of like roots. That's what kind of reminds me of what it's like at the bottom. So I'm just going to colour that bit in because I think that bit's too light. Right, so that is my island head beast. I don't think it's brilliant, but I don't think it's half bad as well. So oh, there it is there. So now we have a few more things to actually do on this page though, to be quite honest. I had hiccups then. So at the top here, I'm just going to rub out, throw my pencil away, rub out these lines. And then you kind of need to do like a little moon kind of thing. And then we're drawing a big giant tooth kind of stuck in the ground. So it is a little bit 3D. Kind of just looks like a little molar, maybe a wisdom tooth. I don't like the way that's straightforward. Right, and then once we've done the tooth, we just need to kind of shade it in a little bit. So first of all, I'm going to do a couple of little spots on the island, and you've got a couple of little spots here, a couple of little spots there. So you've got your tooth up the top there. So the next thing I'm going to do is grab my black fine line pen. I'm just going to double check the colour actually. Yeah, I am right. So we're going to write here giant, in capital letters, sorry, tooth with a little arrow pointing upwards. Like so. Then the next thing I'm going to do is get my red fine line pen, and over here we're going to write in capital letters again, is there a creature beneath the island? And then there's a question mark there. That's awesome. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to do the writing over here first. So I'm going to get my black fine line pen and I'll write it, and then I'll tell you, just like I normally do, what I've written. So it says, there is a creature that may be related to a fish because it can breathe underwater. Then, yeah, okay, that's perfect. It is in black. So then, move that over a little bit. So here then we've got two little kind of doodles. Like so. And then we've got another tiny bit of writing. So this bit here reads, these codes above are part of the island's mystery. Then I am going to grab my red fine liner and we're going to write in capital letters here, one giant headache. With an exclamation mark at the end. So we're getting there. So quickly what I'm going to do is actually put this here so you can see, grab my red fine line pen, and we are going to quickly go over these little squares that we've done. So like so you can see they are all red now, which is good. Right, so the next thing I need to do is go here. So what we're going to do is we're going to grab our ruler and our pencil. I'm going to just turn this so I've got a better angle. And we're going to draw like a little box. So, and in the box you draw some lines. And this is just like a little map, so I'm just going to quickly draw the map and I'll show you it up close in a second. Right, so this is a very small map. First of all, I'm going to just go over this in my black fine line pen. I do think I could have done it slightly bigger actually. So I'm going to wiggle. That's what I'm going to do. I'm actually going to go over, I'm going to redo it quick. So it won't take me a minute to do. And I feel like it can be slightly bigger and that will actually benefit it. Actually, I think that will just benefit it more personally because it'll be slightly bigger, so. So, as I said, I'm quickly going to go over this in my black fine line so you guys can see it, and then I will show it closer to the camera for you. So this is our little map there, so you can see it a bit better. And then what we need to do is we need to do two more bits of writing. Yeah, that will help. And then we'll be finished. So leave a black fine line pen and I'll tell you what it says in a moment. So this says, this island is not my favourite island, but it's amazing nonetheless. P.S. And we're going underneath the map now. So this actually states this map is marking the spot of the island beast, and then underneath this you need to double check. Yeah, just do an upside down triangle. So I will rub the excess marks out that I need to once it's all dried. But this is our finished look at our Island Head Beast Book 3 page. So this is part of the Gravity Falls tutorial that we're doing for book 3 on how to make your whole book 3. If you've missed some of the previous pages, you will see we have done pretty much all of them. So I will leave a link to the playlist, that's the word I was looking for, to the playlist at the end, so it should be coming up in a moment. Also, if you haven't already subscribed, please do consider subscribing. I'm going to do all the DuckTales stuff when they put the new series, the new DuckTales out, because that looks amazing. It actually has David Tennant playing as Scrooge McDuck, which is awesome. But yes, so let me know what you think in the comments below as well. Don't forget, if you did enjoy this video, to hit that like button. It really does help so much. And that's to every YouTuber you watch, not just me. Also, if you do leave me a comment, I do reply to all my comments. Sometimes it can take me about a week, but I do reply to all of them. But thanks very much for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!